The following podcast has been rated Listener MA. It contains strong language, violence, adult situations, nudity. Listener discretion is advised.
What's up, everybody, and welcome back to the Unfiltered Sportscast. I am your host. My name is Scotty Gurman, and alongside me, as usual, I have my two really good friends who happen to be stand-up comedians that I enjoy very much talking to. But first, I'm going to introduce the first guy to my left, which we're now on YouTube, I think. I hope so.
That's right.
Yeah. So the first guy to my left is the 1984 Kingman County T-Ball Defensive Player of the Year award winner, Mr. Jeremy Joseph.
Hey, Scotty.
How's it going?
Oh, I'm ready to get fucking nuts, Scotty. It's been a good week for me. Had a major appliance purchase.
Oh, did you?
At the Joseph household.
What'd you get?
I'm going to let you guess. Take one guess.
Pressure cooker.
Dishwasher, you fucking retard.
I don't know.
Oh, my God. What are you, fucking stupid? Jesus.
Yes, I am. Yes, I am.
Watch how this works. To my left, local Wichita comedian, the wreck himself, Derek Alders. Derek, I'm going to give you one guess. Guess which appliance we got at the house.
Oh, God. I'm going to go with a trash compactor.
Yeah. Yep.
That's what it was?
No, dishwasher.
Well, anyways, guys, welcome
So basically, that means Jeremy got remarried.
back. Oh.
Yes.
Well, anyways, guys, we are attempting to go up on YouTube for the very first time. We made a new YouTube channel, which we're in the process of making sure that thing works just fine. So,
And just for the people at home, no, we didn't hire models. This is really us.
Yeah.
yeah, we're really this ugly. So if you want to see our ugly mugs on camera, we are now up on YouTube, or will be shortly if you were listening to this Wednesday morning. Give me a little bit. I may have some editing to do, especially with as ugly as we are, so give me a little bit and it will be up.
Yeah,
However,
if you think we're ugly, you should see our stunt doubles.
but I don't know, guys. It's gonna be a long night for me, I think, tonight. We decided to do this show, and where we are here in Kansas, it's snowing like quite a bit. Mm-hmm. And Jeremy and myself, we have vehicles that are capable to drive in the snow, but Derek's dumbass can't drive.
Not.
Yeah, does not and can't drive in the snow even if he did.
As you
I can
guess,
drive in the snow.
You can guess by looking at Derek. Derek drives a Harley.
Yeah, right.
And
Yeah.
it's a custom chopper. And yeah, it doesn't handle well on the snow.
It does. It's a dream on ice, though.
I bet. I bet.
But so I had to drive my happy ass with Jeremy out to go pick him up in order for him to get here, which it did. It took us about an hour. I don't know if you
I
guys...
stuck my head out the whole way. Oh, it was a blast.
Oh, Lord. But anyways, we did all make it here all in one piece just for all you fine people, right? You know?
Yeah.
We enjoy... Yeah, exactly. We enjoy doing the show. I'm not used to the camera yet.
I tried to call in sick. It's like when your boss is like, oh, okay, actually, you're calling in sick? Fuck that. I'll go get you. Like, that's exactly what that was. Like, I'm not going to make it. I can't get there. Oh, no, I'll come get you.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm going to guess that we'd be better off forgetting the cameras there.
Probably.
Yeah, otherwise, we're just going to be all,
Keep looking at it. Yeah, just
like that.
hey, everybody.
Well, not only that, after the show tonight, not only do I have to take your ass back home, but I also have to get up at 4:00 in the morning. I'm going snowboarding with my wife. We're gonna go for it's her second time. I've done it. I've snowboarded multiple times in my life, but
So if anybody knows of a good host, because we're going to need a new one.
yeah.
This one ain't coming back.
I might not.
He's donezo.
I might do something stupid enough to permanently injure my ass. But I thought it was pretty funny. My wife asked me. We're going for 3 days on the slopes. We'll be there for 3 days. And she asked me. She goes, hey, are you gonna be with me the whole time? And I just looked at her and went, nope. I'm not. It's like, you got the first day, but if you can't keep up after that, I'm sorry, you're getting lost.
Well, don't French fry when you should pizza.
Exactly.
You do that, you're going to have a bad time.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But Anyways, so what happened over this last week? There's been quite a bit. We've got a lot of stuff we can
New
talk
dishwasher,
about.
Scotty.
Yeah, I know your new dishwasher. I'm talking about in what we like to talk about, which is sports.
Okay. All
Okay,
right.
We had a lot of things going on.
Is that what we do?
Yeah, that's just kind of.
right, fair enough.
We pretty much fuck around the entire time and talk about sports, and I try to keep you guys on the, the straight and narrow pathway, but it always tangents out to do something else. But anywho, so we got Machado signing, we got Bryce Harper still can't make up his fucking mind. We've got the NBA All-Star game, we've got all kinds of other stuff that happened leading up to the All-Star game. We might do a couple of other things at the end of the show as well. So let's start off with it. We got Manny Machado is now signing a 10-year deal to the San Diego Padres.
Bye-bye career.
For $300 million.
Yes.
Is he worth it?
Yeah, but not.
He's 26.
He's 26, and he's an all-around player. Defensively, he's great. Offensively, he's great.
But he's an asshole.
But he's going to the place where careers go to die.
Hey, well...
He is.
It's true. It's true. It's not like I'm a huge Padre fan, but my favorite player of all time was a Padre. So
yes,
Just
Luis
more
Salazar. He was a Padre.
I know, but Tony Gwynn
Sandy
is my
Alomar
favorite
Jr.
player. No.
Senior?
No.
One of the Molinas.
No. One of the best hitters of all time, Tony Gwynn, is my favorite baseball player of all time.
I think Ray Rice is one of the best hitters of all time.
I can't disagree with you. Him and Mike Tyson.
Not that I condone that.
Yeah, exactly.
But no.
But it was a good hit.
Shit. God damn it.
Yeah, I thought he was going to hit for the cycle by the time she got out of that elevator.
My Lord.
No, but seriously, it's just everybody that goes there and signs those deals. I mean, they got Hosmer for $100 million, over $100 million last year.
Yeah.
And now they've got Machado. I mean, first and third's fine.
Yeah.
I mean, you're good, but I mean, you've got you got to fill out the rest of those pieces.
Yeah.
And I don't understand a guy that with the offensive prowess that Machado has. Why are you going that? Petco's a pitcher's park.
Yes, it is.
It is a complete pitcher's park. I don't understand. I can understand big pitching free agents.
Sure.
And if you're going to win, I think that's how you have to win in San Diego. I don't see Machado hitting 30 bombs this year. I know that's maybe if he gets to 30, it ain't going to be much more than that. But you look what he did in the World Series. Also, he hit 186, 188, something like that.
Yeah. Well, and Petco Park has that really weird like left center area. It's kind of boxy and kind of abnormal to look at, if I remember correctly. It's got weird dimensions.
Yeah, it does.
And
that's all I got to say on that.
Well, I'm sitting here waiting to play off of you, but it is definitely a hitter's park, especially if you're hitting
a pitcher's park.
I'm sorry,
Yeah.
A pitcher's park. I apologize. And as a hitter, especially if you're batting from the right side, you've got a pretty deep ball in order to hit it over left center.
Yeah.
And Machado, yes, he's got a lot of power, but I think and you know what, I'm not sitting there saying he's not going to have a decent year and hit a whole bunch of doubles and whatever.
I bet he hits 270, 275.
That's probably where I put him at. Is
28
right
home runs.
280.
Yeah.
Here's the thing that I've always said, though, when it comes to baseball, with defensive runs saved is just as good to me as an RBI.
Sure.
Because
coming from the fucking defensive player of the year.
Exactly.
I am soft on defense. I do have, that is my soft spot. That's my first love. But, so I think he can switch to being a base hit type hitter. He doesn't have to be a power hitter.
Right.
Even when he was hitting home runs, I mean, in Baltimore, that's a pretty easy field to him out of. But,
it's easier.
All those fucking East Coast parks are just bandboxes.
He loves hitting a long ball, though. I remember that game in the World Series where he just sat there and watched that. He thought he hit it out, and he's dogging it to first base, just admiring his hit, and then the fucking thing stays in play, and he ended up getting a single out of what should have at least been a double.
Yeah, exactly. But that's the kind of player he is, and that's what pisses me off about him. And Jeremy, for the longest time, since episode 1 or 2, has basically said it doesn't necessarily have to be the best player; they just have to be the best guy. And a lot of it has to do with your attitude. And every single time I watch this guy play, he just kind of rubs everybody the wrong way, slides into second with his spikes up, kicks first baseman's feet off.
They don't wear spikes anymore.
They don't?
No.
They're rubbery cleats.
Oh, are they those pussies? Are you kidding me?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh,
apparently somebody
man.
lost a leg or something. I don't know, some pussy shit.
Pussies.
God.
But, you know, I think when you're doing it to the other team, that rallies your teammates around. There's nothing to say that he's not a good teammate. And, you know, he gets down and dirty. He plays hard, especially on defense. And that really kind of rallies the team around you. So I think he can help them win. You know, we were talking a little bit earlier, though, where, you know, baseball is a very unique sport in the fact it doesn't have a lot of teamwork to it. I mean, there's your relay throws and your double plays, but that's fundamental shit you learn in Little League. But it is the ultimate team sport in the fact that you can't have one guy just take over a game.
Right.
I mean, there's pitcher, but your starter only pitches once every fifth day. So, I mean, even if you're having a perfect day at the plate, 8 other guys have to come to the plate before you get another turn. So you need a whole team of solid contributors, and to pay one guy $30 million a year when you could have probably got 4 very good key contributors to the team for that amount of money is just mind-boggling to me, and I can't understand how that makes good sense. And the Padres are not the Yankees. I don't know where they're getting the money for that, and I have a feeling 2-3 years he's going to be in New York because he's not going to pay off at San Diego like what they're expecting, and New York or Boston is going to be the only team that can pick up that deadweight contract.
He does have an opt out after 5 years. He can opt out.
Yeah, but why would
you? If he's doing well, it's kind of like betting on yourself. I think well, I want to be able to. If I'm doing well and I'm hitting 35, 40 home runs and I'm still hitting 300, I'm gonna opt out and I'm gonna cash in again for another 10 years. It'll be 8 years at, 20 or 30 million a year.
Right.
But it just, that's betting on yourself. But like the Cubs handcuffed themselves with Hayward doing that,
right?
Because Hayward had the player option.
Thanks for that, buddy.
Yeah, absolutely.
Oh, God.
Yeah, go fuck yourself.
Yeah, I know.
But he did. Hayward did have the speech in the rain delay, and that rallied the players around. And
yeah.
So I mean, even off the field, not offensively or defensively, he helped there.
Yeah,
and he's great defensively. He just can't fucking swing a bat to save his life.
He could though, man. He was whenever he was in Atlanta. He did okay when he was in St. Louis, but
I think Chicago tried to fuck with a swing too much.
Could have been. That very well could have been.
They threw him like a pitcher. There was actual scouting reports on him. That's like you throw him this, and it's exactly what you would throw a pitcher. Like that's what they were throwing him. He would still just in the dirt.
Have they tried playing him at pitcher?
He's got a hell of a fucking arm. It might not be a bad idea.
Yeah, and I mean, as a Cardinal fan, I mean that was something I was kind of worried about. Whenever you guys picked him up, I was just like, oh fuck, thank God, because then that opened up cap space for a lot of other players that we had coming up.
Yeah,
and we had a pretty good farm league. I mean, we have a lot of guys that are coming up from AA ball that we're gonna depend on quite a bit. Like Harrison Bader's a big one that I'm just really pumped up for this year.
I really liked him on the Drew Carey show. He's fucking hilarious.
What's this weed shit? I didn't realize you played for the Cardinals.
Yeah, I did.
Damned.
Yeah. What is that? MLB The Show 19?
Oh, 19.
Yeah, 19.
This is a newer situation.
I'm 6'1".
He's also the team fleshlight.
Oh God.
Oh,
Is that true, Scotty?
Yeah.
Oh Lord.
I knew you had potential.
Yeah.
Oh God, that's so bad.
Scott Gurman, fleshlight.
I think it may have been the happiest day of my life when I woke up and saw an alert on my phone that Fleshlight is following me on Twitter.
Oh God.
I don't post to Twitter. I have an account, and just one day I woke up, and turns out the makers of some of the finest fuck toys out there are following my wisdom. It's a lot of responsibility, but I can handle it.
I was talking last night about those, and I said something was a fleshlight. I was like, that's not a fucking fleshlight. It's not even. It doesn't even look like a fleshlight. And I'm like, anything can be a fleshlight if you really want it to be. Like anything can. Like that guitar is a fleshlight if I just fill it right.
I would suggest not using a mag light as a fleshlight. Because while the fleshlight can double in looks as a flashlight, you don't want to fuck an aluminum tube. not as fun as it sounds.
How did we get off of this tangent, for the love of God?
Kind of cold and dead, like my ex.
Oh, that's so terrible. Anyways, before we get too far down the fleshlight,
Oh yeah, we're back to Machado.
Yeah, we got Machado that's signed. But where do we think that Bryce Harper is going to go? Because he still has yet. I mean, we record on Tuesday evenings, so whenever people start listening to this, it's going to be Wednesday morning. I bet anything that probably Harper signs by either Wednesday afternoon or Thursday afternoon. I don't think he would go into the weekend without him picking a team.
I think Saturday at the latest.
At the absolute latest. But we all kind of have our opinions of where we think he's going to go. I'll let Derek start off with this one. Where do you think he's going?
First off, I think he's got to be elated because now Machado's finally one. One of them was waiting for the other as well to set the market.
Right, and Bryce was possibly going to even go to San Diego. There were rumors about him going there.
I wouldn't be surprised to see him end up in San Francisco.
Okay.
It's a good park to play in. It's warm weather. He's from Vegas.
Yep.
It's close to home.
Okay.
It wouldn't surprise me to see him end up there. I know he met with some people there. They've fucking won 3 World Series in 2012 or 2011, 13, and 15.
Yeah.
So
Other ones, 10, 12, and 14.
was it 10, 12, and 14?
Yeah.
Okay. I know it was every other year. Was it the even years?
Yeah.
Okay. And then the Cubs broke that in 16.
Here's my only problem with San Francisco. I actually have 2 problems with San Francisco.
Hey,
not
they
the
should be
gays,
able to
is
get
it?
married
Sure.
and do all that. Just
God.
like
Is it the homeless people
The
shitting on this?
baseball team, Jesus. First of all, I'm not a big fan of the Giants at all because of that, because they won every other year, and they're in the National League, and so I'm kind of jealous of that.
I can't stand watching Hunter Pence.
I kind of like him, man. He's like
Look
the Conor.
at him.
He's like the
Look-
Conor
get
McGregor
a-
of baseball. I think
get
it's
a
hilarious.
shave and
the
a haircut,
homeless
yeah.
Conor McGregor of
Homeless
baseball.
yeah,
Yeah,
exactly.
Yeah, fucking dirty hippie. Jesus.
But anyways, the thing that I do not like Bryce Harper going to San Francisco is there's 2 things. First thing is that last year San Francisco was actually one of the worst offenses in the MLB last year. I mean, yeah, they've got Hunter Pence, so they have to build
Posey.
and they have Duster Posey. So they have a good core group of guys, but surprisingly enough, they didn't produce very much last year at all. That's the first thing. The second thing is that Bryce Harper also hits from the left side of the plate. So he also is hitting into a deeper part of the ballpark than he is where he's at in Washington. Because now he's got McCovey Cove to deal with. And even though Barry Bonds did it, congratulations, whenever he was in San Francisco, he was also juicing like a son of a bitch. And I do not know if
Barry
Bryce
Bonds?
Harper... No. I know, right?
I'm
surprised.
He looked the same from early in his career to later in his career. I didn't notice
About
a
100
difference.
pounds.
just ruined my childhood. Now I'm gonna think like Hulk Hogan juiced.
Yeah, exactly. But anyways, so if Bryce Harper goes to San Francisco, I think he kind of has the same numbers as Manny Machado does. I don't think he hits as many home runs.
He's already has those numbers. He's already a 270
He's
hitter.
270
Yeah.
hitter exactly, and he's hitting just over 30 home runs is the best year he's had.
This was the first year he hit 100 RBIs, I think.
Yeah, it was, and like 33 or something like that was like
He's
the
got
most.
that hair.
Yeah, well,
I think he
like
hit
that hair.
46 or something one year.
maybe.
Yeah,
It
his
could be,
MVP
but-
year, he blew the fuck up.
Yeah.
And that does count for a lot on a resume, having a league MVP.
Well, whatever. But I don't think I here's the thing. I think he probably gets a very similar deal to what Manny Machado did. I think he's probably going to get the same amount of money, but he ain't going to get no 500 mil.
I think he's got the ego where he's going to want more. So
well-
he's going to get like 320.
Tough shit. I don't
Yeah.
think he's going to get it. I mean, maybe 320,
Yeah,
10-year contract.
I don't think he's going much more, but I think he's gonna want more. He's
I
got
know.
that big fucking head
But I disagree with the contract.
The hair.
with the hair.
With the cocky attitude, he's a prick to his own teammates and stuff like that. I mean, it's just he's not the 10-year player that I would want. Neither is Machado, in my personal opinion. I don't want to sign anybody for 10 years anyways.
Like I said, Trout. You'd take Trout for 10 years.
I don't think I would even take Trout. for 10 years. Now, he would be probably the only one I would seriously consider that entire thing, but when it comes down to it, I do not like tying up that much money for that long a period of time.
You just front load the shit out of the contract.
Yeah, I would rather do that.
And then you can move them. Yeah.
Exactly.
When you're trying to build a winning team, though, getting that one loaded fucking player that's taking up all your payroll is not the way to do it. Like, you can get, like I say, 4 solid contributors
for the price of those guys.
Now he's going to sell the fuck out of some tickets.
Damn right he is.
And some merch.
Yeah.
But that's going to last a couple of years, and somebody's going to be saddled with him for another 8.
Yeah. And then whenever he leaves, whenever he goes away, then everybody's burning those jerseys.
Right. And he's the kind of guy, even if he is a 45 home run guy, if there's nobody else in the lineup to protect him, they can just pitch around him.
Yeah.
It's really not a problem. I don't think he's a base stealing threat.
Yeah, I agree with you there. And I was such an asshole. I interrupted you because you were going down something that we were talking about earlier about how you were starting to talk about how you have a baseball team that has one star player, and he basically depends on everybody else around him
Sure, he does.
to succeed as well.
Your interrupting is not what makes you an asshole.
Oh, okay. Well, that's
There's
fair.
a lot of other qualities that make you an asshole.
Like
You
that
have a
shirt
lot of
and hat.
asshole-ish.
Like my shirt and hat? Oh,
if
thanks, guys.
anybody is actually watching on YouTube, Scotty turned his hat around, which makes me think he wants to arm wrestle.
no.
That's
I
like a
would
switch.
It's like a switch. we were going to talk sports movies earlier. That is probably the best one of all time. Over the Top combines the drama of arm wrestling
God.
and a child custody battle. Just what you want
terrible.
in a Sylvester Stallone movie.
Oh, that's awful.
That's almost like real life.
That's
It,
awful.
it really is. Who hasn't been there?
Because a professional arm wrestler's probably fucking broke and divorced.
Probably.
Yeah.
Well, no, she died. His wife died.
Well, they were
That's why he's
separated
got to
before, though.
I'm sure he was. I mean, he's got a life on the road. He's a vagabond.
See what
He
I
makes
mean
his
on
money.
talking about tangents? Anyway,
Where
were we? Where do you think he's going to go? Where do you think Harper's going to end up?
I probably Yankees.
You think the Yankees?
Yeah. When they didn't get Machado, I really think, and that really sets up kind of a new age murderers row with Stanton and Judge and
Harper.
and Harper. You put him in between those two, and they got no choice but to throw in fucking meatballs.
That's exactly where I'm thinking. Now, granted,
I don't want him there.
I don't want him there at all. But I'm 100% in agreement with Jeremy. I think that would be a stacked outfield. They can afford him 2, and 3. He's playing in Yankee Stadium with a short porch to right field.
A ridiculous short porch. I've
Yes.
always said one of these days somebody's going to accidentally bunt one out of Yankee Stadium.
exactly.
It is 290 to straightaway to the right field pole.
Right field pole, and then it curves inward and makes like. I mean, it's
Yeah,
ridiculous.
it gets pretty deep out in center field.
Yeah.
But like what is
I think it's
Fenway
410 or something.
Fenway goes out to like 420 in the middle, but it's
3
280 something
yeah,
to that
yeah,
fucking pesky pole.
Exactly, and then it's I don't know however tall of a wall it is, but anyway,
30 foot, the Green Monster, I believe.
yeah, something like that.
But it's at 300, I think, or
yeah,
320
it pretty much.
to left field for any kind of a pull hitter. And for a slap hitter, that's nothing to fucking bank one off of there.
Off of it, it's an easy single
Wade Boggs made a Hall of Fame career
out of that wall.
out of that. Guy used to drink 70 beers on a fucking flight to Seattle.
Yeah,
That has been documented. He did that.
I believe it.
God.
Yeah, but anyways, okay. So me and Jeremy say Yankees. I'm not saying that I wouldn't be surprised if he goes to San Francisco. I just don't think that would be the best move for him.
Last I heard, the Phillies were kind of rounding third on that deal. Like that was.
Yeah.
They were about.
They were about close, and you know what? We may all be wrong. He may go to Philadelphia. The whole thing is does he want to play there?
Right.
I heard that he doesn't because of the whole Nick Foles debacle.
Yeah,
It's like,
exactly.
if this town's going to fuck up that deal, this is an easy fucking call.
Exactly.
Because we know he listens.
Yeah.
And I'm guessing Bryce Harper probably does too.
Probably.
And so
He's probably pretty pissed at me calling him an asshole though, and being a shitty teammate. But
he gets it though.
Yeah, that's a clown question, bro.
yep, I remember when he said that.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, it's very exciting for guys like us. I mean, if you can see us on YouTube or see us on video, you can tell that we're all baseball fans
You can
except
see
for
my
Jeremy.
enormous erection. That's how excited I get over this.
But Derek and I, it'll be a fun year talking about baseball with you. Obviously, we both love teams that hate each other, but I love you, buddy.
Well, I would like to say that's mutual, but
We can salt and pepper in there the ways the Royals found to lose again.
Yeah, we'll be at least we'll be able to pick on the Royals for the majority of the season.
Oh Jesus! There's nobody more critical of the Royals than me. I am so
together.
critical of my own teams.
I
we
believe it.
all are. Yeah.
I'm pretty bad too.
Ned Yost is the most incompetent manager in all of baseball.
I feel like Joe Madden is, and I'm that is not a popular opinion. That's like split, I think, amongst Cub fans.
Probably amongst
that World
Cub
Series
fans.
Game 7 was the most poorly managed
Thank you.
piece of baseball
and
I've ever
somehow
seen.
they pulled
and
it
when
out.
when the fucking stakes couldn't have been higher,
Yeah.
he did some of the most bonehead shit
Yep.
I've ever even heard of.
Yep, I remember.
Yeah, he
like-
took
Put
Hendricks
Jerry
out.
Seinfeld in.
What's
I
the
didn't even
deal
know
with that?
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
What is, Scotty?
what?
We're looking at you.
What?
What is the deal with that?
I don't know. I thought it was a bonehead move.
It sure was.
I wish I was sitting
He's
next to Derek to
50-some
watch.
years old.
I know, but I wish I was sitting next to Derek whenever that game was going on because I bet you just
Oh,
the
I don't know that I would've
anxiety
wanted
and
to.
stress that was going through your head during that World Series.
I was
game.
I was in Wrigleyville.
I know
Yeah.
you were in Chicago.
Yeah, I was across the street from third base.
Yeah, exactly. So I bet you it was crazy afterwards, but I bet you that time, or right whenever they hit that home run, right before the rain delay
I
went.
fucked my shoes up because I kicked the bar so hard, and then I called him a stupid son of a bitch, and I knew it was going to happen. And then some lady was like, "It's gonna be fine." I was like, "What fucking town are you in? Like, it's not gonna be really, you dumb whore." Like, oh, I got so mad.
Oh, you
Now,
that poor
now
lady.
as a guy who didn't have a rooting interest in the game, I can tell you for a World Series Game 7, that's as
one
good
of the
as
best
you can
games
get.
ever. Yeah,
Yeah.
That's if
Yeah.
you want to make baseball exciting, that was the fucking way to do it.
Even LeBron was a baseball fan for like a week. That was crazy.
Yeah,
No,
he was there. He was there at that game
Yeah.
in Cleveland whenever that happened.
How did he afford tickets?
I don't know.
They were at like 1,100 for standing room only at Wrigley, and for standing room in Cleveland, they were like 650.
Oh,
I almost went to Cleveland for
Yeah, but
Game
you,
7.
You have to
Jesus.
go to Cleveland for
That's
that.
that was the hard part.
Yeah.
I wouldn't mind going to Cleveland.
It was like basically the way I looked at it was:
never been to
if we
Cleveland.
win, do I want to celebrate with Cub fans in Chicago? And if we lose, do I, where do I want to be? Do I want to be around all the celebration in Cleveland?
Yeah.
And on the other end, if we win and I'm in Cleveland, do I really want to come home? Because I will probably get fucking killed.
Yeah,
A
pretty
lot
much.
of murders happen in Cleveland.
Pretty much. Yeah, that's a pretty good point.
As
actually,
I've
there,
said
Derek.
on other podcasts, Ohio is a haven for crime. It really is.
Yeah. Okay. Well, I'm excited for the baseball season. I think we're all going to have a lot more fun when that season kicks off. Well, we're all huge baseball fans, so we'll have a lot to talk about, I am sure. But over the weekend, we had a couple of things going. First of all, the 2019 NBA All-Star Game was going on, so it was All-Star Week. Everybody that has listened to previous episodes knows what I feel about All-Star Games. I think they're the biggest waste of time, waste of airtime, waste of oxygen that people actually sit and watch these fucking games. And to me, this was nothing different. It was the exact same thing. The best part about it was all of the build up for it. I mean, you had Stephen A. Smith and Max Kellerman, who I can't stand Max Kellerman, Jesus Christ. But Stephen A. Smith had on Scottie Pippen.
See, I hate Stephen A. Smith.
I like Stephen A. Smith, and he had on Muggsy Bogues on First Take, which was really cool to see Muggsy. Muggsy looks old.
Is he still short?
He's still short.
All right.
He's still shorter than me. That's one guy that has
5'3"?
to look up to me for change, huh?
5'3"?
5'3".
Wow.
5'3", smallest guy to ever play in the NBA, I believe.
What was Webb, 5'4"?
Nope,
Seven.
he was 5'7".
5'7"?
5'7" and could dunk, but yes, he was 5'7". But Muggsy was 5'3", and but he could handle the ball, shoot the ball, distribute the ball. He was amazing to watch. But man, he looks like he's up there in age. He just kind of
He is. I mean, that was 20 years ago when he.
I
Yeah.
know, but it just kind of just shocked me seeing him like that. But the best part about the pregame shows was that they had on Scottie Pippen, and of course, when you have Scottie Pippen on, who's he going to talk about?
Michael Jordan.
Michael Jordan. And of course, whenever you have Max Kellerman and Stephen A. Smith, what question are they going to ask Scottie Pippen? They're gonna who's better, Jordan or Michael? And
Jordan or Michael, the same guy.
Sorry, Jordan or LeBron. I'm sorry. Excuse me. Anyways, Scottie Pippen had an answer that kind of surprised me, actually. I mean, we've talked about how Michael Jordan kind of is an ass off the court, but he was kind of an ass, to play with, but he just demanded so much out of you.
Bugs said really good things about him.
Yeah, well, all of the Looney Tunes did after they won.
Well, yeah, they didn't have to become slaves on Maroon Mountain or Moron Mountain.
Exactly, yeah. So Scotty was basically asked a similar question, and he said that basically LeBron just does not have that gene. Where you have a player that can come and take over a game and everybody fears that person.
Yeah.
And I don't disagree with him at all.
Michael Jordan was a stone-cold assassin on the court. And it was, when the game came down to it, it was give me the ball and get the fuck out of my way.
Yeah.
And I don't care if they put 5 guys on me. I am not passing it to you. I'm going to win this motherfucker. Yeah. And that was his whole attitude. LeBron, especially early in his career, was highly criticized for when the game came down to the wire, he didn't seem to want the ball in his hands.
Yeah, he'd pass it.
Yeah. But shocking statistic, who has more game winners? LeBron. And it doesn't necessarily surprise me, because I don't think Jordan put his team in that many situations.
That's what I was getting ready to say.
Oh, sorry. I'm sorry to take it from you.
No, you're good. You're exactly right.
But that
you
was...
talking like buzzer beater game winner?
Buzzer beater game winner.
Because they were usually up by several scores. But when it came down to that final 2 minutes...
Yeah, then you're exactly right. Give Jordan the ball. And he would come in and he would take over a game, and guys would fear Jordan.
Yeah.
That's the thing. Anymore, and I think it has a lot to do with the way the game has changed. I gotta give credit where credit is due. The people said that the rules have changed. Yes, they've changed. They protect the offensive player a lot more than they used to, and defense back in the day was physical. I mean, it was more physical game back then. But that also, I think, in my opinion, pushes the side again to Michael, because you've got guys that are basically beating the shit out of him when he's going up for a layup. I mean, seriously, foul him twice. Don't even let that ball get anywhere near the hoop to where you can get an and one or something like that. And now LeBron flops on the ground, throws something up, and gets free throws and stuff.
That's my new thing now. Is like, if I'm like, people like will shoot a piece of garbage in a trash can. They're like, Kobe.
Yeah.
I do that, but I just shoot it, and then if I miss, I'm like, LeBron, I was fouled, dude. What the fuck? And then I get 2 more chances to throw a piece of trash in the wastebasket.
There's an old expression, standing on the shoulders of giants, and we hear it a lot in stand-up comedy, like the legends of Richard Pryor, George Carlin. These are the legends that everybody looked up to. In today's comedy world, they're probably not that great, but they revolutionized how stand-up was done, and everybody else took what they did and added on to it. Michael Jordan revolutionized how basketball was played.
Sure.
LeBron got to kind of study that style all growing up. Michael had to develop how he did shit.
Yeah.
LeBron took what he did and he added on to it. So, LeBron may have some accomplishments and some abilities that Michael didn't have, but he took what Michael he walked the fucking trail that Michael Jordan had already blazed.
Fuck, he's number 23 for crying out loud.
Yeah.
Why do you think he's number 23?
Well, everybody was number 23. Everybody wanted to be number 23. I was 23.
Well, I'm talking about LeBron now in the NBA. He's number
I
23.
Wouldn't
you almost want your own, like when Miami was what, 6?
Yeah.
Yeah, wouldn't you want something like that so people, I'm not this guy. I'm not Michael Jordan.
Right.
I'm going to be my own guy, but I'm going to have his number, and I'm going to, I think you would want that individuality.
I agree with you on there. Yeah, I would. I would be that guy. I would want my own number.
And if you're that fucking arrogant, then be like, I'm 24. I'm one better.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, exactly.
I really do think that LeBron, his development as a player was severely hurt by not playing in college.
You could say that. But then again, I mean, do you think it would? Well, I don't know. I don't know if it would change all that much.
He came into the league so entitled. He had an $80 million Nike contract before he ever even signed with a professional team. Everywhere he's gone, the team's just scuttled around to keep LeBron happy.
Yeah, the ocean's part, and everybody worships the ground
Right.
that he walks
How many
on.
coaches that guy fucking went through?
Yeah.
Jesus.
Yeah, how many did they get him to fire? All this other stuff. And we've talked about that before, but
And it probably, it worked in Michael Jordan's favor that he, right from the get-go, had maybe the best NBA coach ever.
oh yeah. Oh, Phil Jackson was
He had somebody before Phil, I think.
Not too
Not-
much
not
of his
long.
career.
not no
Not
he-
long.
yeah, like 2-3 seasons, but he won his first I think he won his
Was
first
it
NBA
Tex Winter? Was he before Phil Jackson?
I can't remember. That was I was 5. But I don't
Still
know.
might have been.
But
Maybe it was Tex Avery, speaking of Looney Tunes.
I'm looking it up right now.
we'll go
Doug
for it.
Collins,
okay.
Oh, of course, yeah. Doug
86 to
Collins.
89, and then
Yeah.
Phil Jackson
and then
came
Phil
in.
Jackson came in,
and then
so-
won in 91, 92, 93, and then 96, 7, and 8.
Yep, exactly. But I agree with Scotty. I think that he nailed it right on the head. I don't really want to take anything away from LeBron. Yes, he is a good basketball player. No, I don't like him. Is he probably one of the top 5 best of all time? I would say so. The fact of the matter is, though, that the game has changed so much that you have to have these 2 other players surrounding you that are good in order to compete with Golden State, and that's just the fact as of right now, the way that the game is. And so
The Golden State's changed the way the game's played now.
right, but they didn't trade for those guys. I
No, they drafted. They got Durant.
Durant is the only one that they've traded for.
And he just made a championship team
Better.
Well,
We've
they
said
signed.
that
They didn't
before,
trade
too.
for him. They signed him as a free agent. But yeah,
Right, yeah.
they won 73
That's what I
games
meant.
without Durant. We said that before.
Yeah.
They did that with Thompson, Curry, Draymond Green,
Right.
Iguodala.
Yeah, it just so
Barbosa
happens.
or
It just so
whatever,
happens
yeah.
to be those guys play well together, and they're the best team in the NBA right now. And I don't really have a team that I think that's going to beat them. I can root for Toronto as much as I possibly want to, just because I'm a Fred VanVleet guy. But
I think Milwaukee will give them a run for their money.
yeah, some people say that, but we'll see. I don't think it's going to be the Lakers. I think the Lakers miss the playoffs.
And look who's coaching them. I mean, look who coaches Golden State. Steve Kerr.
Yeah.
And what was Steve Kerr known for? Fucking shooting outside threes. That's what he did. And now, I mean, that doesn't
all
really.
he did was ride Jordan's
Are
coattails.
you kidding me? He has amazing athletic prowess. I mean,
Is he a good
God,
snowboarder?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Michael Jordan. That was the milk to his Oreo cookie. I don't know what you want to call it to it, but
Okay.
I don't know.
Who, Steve Kerr?
I got so much shit for that.
The
Yeah.
flesh to his light.
Well, that was
We
in
share-
the second.
Yeah, exactly.
Steve Kerr was in the second incarnation. He wasn't there for the first 3.
I know
yeah.
the first was
Paxson.
John Paxson and
Paxson.
B.J. Armstrong was in the first.
And it was Kukoc and Kerr in the second.
Yeah, that's right.
Horace Grant.
Horace Grant was in the first. He was in the first couple. So, but
And his
anyway,
brother
but-
Harvey. He had a brother Harvey Grant, too.
and also I think he played for the
Think he-
Magic.
I think he lived in Wichita.
He did.
Yeah.
He
that's
did.
what I thought.
His son actually played against us in Biddy basketball.
Did he?
But
I got to
yeah,
meet him a couple times.
if
He's a
you
nice
look,
guy.
look at some of those like 80s teams when we're talking about how much the game has changed. Detroit had a
Yes.
team that was known just for being thugs. It was
Bad
a
Boys.
team
Yeah,
full of
yeah.
fucking thugs.
Was that the same years as Joe Dumars?
Thompson.
Joe
Thomas.
Dumars,
yeah.
Thomas. And,
Isaiah Thomas and Rodman.
Yeah.
And
was it Lambeer?
Lambeer, Bill
Yeah.
Lambeer, who was, one of the biggest thugs. Or if you look like at those Lakers and Celtics rivalries, there was that one year when Kurt Rambis got clotheslined by Kevin McHale in a way that would have gotten him arrested today. I mean, it was the most vicious fucking thing. And I mean, it was just a foul.
Yeah.
They didn't even kick him out of the game. And it was in the NBA Finals.
Yeah,
And I mean,
that's where it's changed.
I mean, and Rambis got up with that ugly suit on that he wears. Why wouldn't you at least wear some goggles or something more fashionable? He wore those old style horn rims with those nut hugger shorts, and he was constantly sweaty with that weird fucking mustache.
Hey, I don't know.
My favorite still was the year it was the Bulls and the Sonics in the
Yeah,
finals.
yeah, that was
And
Gary. That was
they
Gary
had-
Payton year.
They had Rodman. The Bulls
Yeah,
had
the
Rodman.
Bulls had
then.
Rodman.
And the Sonics had Frank Brickowski. And they were trying to use him as an intimidation factor on Dennis Rodman. And that was like the announcers even talked about it. Like, is he going to be enough to intimidate Rodman? Because I think they got into it a little bit. And I'm just sitting there. I was in high school, and I'm just fucking laughing. Like, are you kidding me? Like, and I was kind of a Sonics fan.
Oh yeah.
And so I was actually rooting for Seattle. And
Being from around Chicago too.
Yeah, well, I just got tired. When I was younger, I got tired of hearing about Jordan all the time, and then as I got older, I learned to respect his game and who he was.
Sure. Anyway.
But yeah, it was all about the Brikowski intimidation factor. Were they going to be able to intimidate him? Yeah. And actually, if you can find, speaking of the Sonics, I don't know what the story is with Jordan and Peyton or whatever, but you can find on eBay, Peyton signed a lot of autographs. There's a photo of him and Jordan playing against each other. It's those two. I think Peyton's got the ball, or Jordan. One of them's got the ball, and the other one's guarding him. And he signs it. "Fuck you, Gary Payton."
Oh wow!
Yeah.
I recall that Jordan had dunked on somebody like point guard or something, and Peyton had said to him, "Why don't you dunk on somebody your own size?" So the next trip down the court, Jordan just fucking posterized his ass. And I think that was the famous footage of him running down the court, shrugging his shoulders,
going like,
"Yeah,
all right,
yeah,
there
what
you
now?"
Go. Okay, well, that's enough of that, because we better get to the All-Star game, or else G's going to end up throwing something through his bedroom window.
Why, does he want to hear about the All-Star game?
Yeah, probably. I'm sure he does. Plus,
fuck that guy. Let's move on to something else.
Yeah. All right, women's lacrosse. So,
yeah.
All right, so we watched a little bit of the highlights of the All-Star game. That's as much as I was going to watch. I'm not going to sit down and watch that absolute monstrosity of what you would call a basketball game. It was an offensive clinic of just no defense and a bunch of alley-oops in the most weirdest ways possible.
It's like watching a Globetrotter game.
It is.
Or the and one teams that used to come on
Yeah.
ESPN, like hot sauce and
Somebody's
white
gonna-
chocolate.
The professor.
That's the
right.
professor.
That's right.
Best announcer ever.
Yeah.
If that guy announced the All-Star game, I'd watch the fucking All-Star game.
I don't know.
Hot sizzle.
I don't
Yeah.
know. I don't know if I could watch that either. I mean, I think I'd get annoying probably about third quarter. But
Harry Carey needs to announce.
there we go. Now we're
All-Star
talking.
game.
Harry. Okay, so what do we think?
Who was that?
I don't know.
right.
That was
Harry Carey after a stroke.
yeah, exactly.
I thought he.
Where am I?
I thought he was just constantly having a stroke.
yeah.
He was drunk all the time.
He was drunk all the time.
Yeah. But to watch those fucking Cubs scenes back then, you had to be fucking drunk all the time.
Well, there's that famous story. Tom of the Bob and Tom Show talks about going to Wrigley Field and meeting Harry Carey. And, you know, he's a famed Budweiser drinker, right?
Yeah.
And he had one of those big 32-ounce stadium cups. Mm-hmm. And it said Budweiser on it. But he got close enough to it, and no, it was pure scotch. Filled with scotch on the rocks.
Oh, wow.
Nothing like a big glass of scotch at a hot day at the ballpark.
Oh, God.
To really refresh you.
Yeah. Well, I don't know. But so the final score for the All-Star game was 178-64. Team LeBron won. Which
164.
what did I say? 160.
178 to 64. It
I was
the
at 178.
That was a bit
sorry.
of a round.
Yeah, I might actually.
178 to 164. I apologize. But they did something different this year, which you kind of like that idea.
Well, they've done it the last few years.
Okay.
Where they pick teams.
Shows you how much I actually pay attention to that.
Yeah, the NHL does it, and the NBA does it, where you take two captains and they get a pick.
Yeah.
Who's on their team. So I think that's a lot more, because sometimes, like especially the last few years, the West is just, especially now, even more so, I would say that the West is so much more loaded than the East is.
Sure.
And so it's supposed to be more entertaining for those guys to be able to pick like that. So now you're not just seeing this one side just completely beat the shit and dominate the other side.
Yeah.
But still, 170, 100, fucking what is that? Over 300 points between the two of them.
Yeah.
It's a pickup game.
You're not even trying to fool the crowd into thinking it's an actual basketball game.
No, I think at that point it's just it's stupid.
Yeah.
I
We're all in agreement with this.
I know. It's the other thing is they incentivize the winning teams with $100,000 a person. Did you hear about that?
Do they need it?
Are you fucking kidding me? Somebody even on the team that won was just like, yeah, I really needed that $100,000. And I can't tell if he was being a sarcastic asshole or if he was being serious.
Yeah.
What, did he need to light his cigar?
Exactly. That's what I'm thinking. Let me buy a $100,000 bottle of wine or some shit like that. I'm not buying it one bit.
Yeah.
I don't do that, but once a year maybe.
Some incentive.
The dunk contest was cool, though.
There was a couple of decent ones. I think, in my opinion, the dunk contest over the last couple of years. Now, granted, and I don't remember the players that did it, but there was one guy from the Minnesota Timberwolves that won it one year that just was fucking amazing.
Ricky Rubio. No, I'm just kidding.
No. But that was the last one before, like, Vince Carter that I thought was, like, one of the best.
That was about the last really good one.
Really, really good one. And then before that, it was the Spud Webb one. And then before that, it was Dominique Wilkins and Michael Jordan was a good one. But
it's all been done.
Yes.
And they're all they put obstacles in their way to jump over.
That's exactly what I was going to say.
And maybe they twist, maybe they don't. But that's all they're doing.
Jumping over Shaq is fucking impressive, though.
It's impressive, but it's the same thing magnified.
Yeah, exactly.
And when he jumped over J. Cole and he threw the ball up, and J. Cole threw the ball up and he caught it as he was jumping. That was pretty cool.
Okay, but I don't think it's that impressive. Like all the announcers are down there going, "Oh my God, that's 10 across the board," and you're just like, "Really?"
They have to though. Like it's
well, yeah,
it's not like golf where it's like,
I know,
all right, here's a dunk.
Those announcers would rather be anywhere.
I'm sure.
But when you offer them, $50,000 for an hour,
yeah,
okay, I'll do it.
Well,
I guess
all of us would. I guarantee it. So for
not
those of
me,
you guys
Scotty.
who are
I
hired,
have integrity as a professional broadcaster.
Oh no, I don't. I have no integrity whatsoever when it comes to that. I'll do it for $50,000. You bet.
See what I'll do for $50.
$50.
Yeah, exactly. That's no kidding. But yeah, I was just sick and tired because we watched a little bit of the highlights. We watched a couple of the dunks. The one over Shaq with the Superman shirt underneath it was kind of cool. But it was just because of the Superman shirt. I thought the dunk was impressive. He put his elbow through the goal. That's fine. It's not my thing.
I remember hearing in high school there was a kid, and like how stories are in high school. Somebody knows a guy who knows a guy who knows a guy who knows a guy whose brother.
Yeah, exactly.
But supposedly there was a story about a guy in high school that I always liked when I played basketball. I always liked the chain rims or the chain nets.
Yeah, the chain nets.
To me, there's nothing better than when that thing swishes through there.
Yeah,
and
I've made a lot of those shots.
Oh yeah, you did. I'm sure.
There was a guy that was playing, and he went up to dunk, and he has his mouth open, and he got his teeth caught in the fucking chain. And then let go, and it fucking ripped out like 4 of his teeth.
Oh, I'm sure it did. It doesn't mess around. Even if it was nylon, it'd probably still do it.
Now, that was a story. I don't know if that actually happened or not, but I like to think it did.
Okay. We'll
there was
say it did.
There was a guy in New York City. This was way the fuck back when. Earl Manigault is his name. The GOAT, yeah.
Was it the GOAT or the Pearl?
No, that was Earl the Pearl.
Monroe?
Monroe, yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Earl Manigault he never made it beyond college because he had drug issues and such. But in high school, his high school was supposed to rival Lou Alcindor's high school. So that's Kareem Abdul-Jabbar.
Yeah.
Going back then. But they say that he you could put a $1 bill up on top of the backboard and that he could jump up there, dunk it, put 4 quarters up there, grab the $1 bill.
That's ridiculous.
Yeah. And he was only like 6'3".
Oh, wow.
So
that's even more impressive.
Yeah. So he really wouldn't have matched up well with Lou.
Yeah.
Kareem, whatever.
Yeah, I could do that, but it's one of those ones that's Fisher Price makes them.
Yeah, that Nerf one that hangs on the back of the
I could
door.
fucking do that all day.
All day long.
If I had 4 quarters, oh God, guys.
The things you could do with them.
I kid you not, I got to tell this story because it's so embarrassing. And if 2 of my friends that I still talk to, I still consider them my best friends to this day, other than you 2 clowns, they would attest to this. 2 of my best friends that I played basketball with when we were kids. I can't jump. Right, I can't.
Any of us here can.
I got ups.
I was also the shorter one of the 3 guys, and I would actually put a cooler out on in the cul-de-sac where my basketball goal was, and all 3 of us would be playing basketball.
Cul-de-sac. Somebody grew up rich.
Oh, shut up! And I would actually have to put a cooler in order for me to dunk. They did not.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, yeah.
We actually built a ramp.
They still give me so much shit to this day. I'm 32 years old. We all still hang out together.
Fucking bragging about his youth.
Jesus, they still give me
and
shit
his fucking
for it.
cooler.
Was it a Yeti?
Spud and Michi.
Did you?
You fuckers.
Yeah, it's probably a Yeti cooler there in the cul-de-sac.
No,
probably
up
not.
in the hills.
This was a cheap ass igloo.
Well, let me ask you this: Did you find out the hard way one day that you're too big and that the cooler will slide?
Yes, I did.
Yeah.
Yes, I did. I sure as shit did. That happened once.
That does make me happy a little bit.
Well, there you go. You're welcome. Okay, so I'm done. I'm done with the NBA. I guess we can get into football because something happened today that kind of blew me and Derek a little bit away. The AAF, the Alliance of American Football, actually sold to the owner of the Carolina Hurricane, the hockey team.
They had a good run
For 2 weeks.
Did.
They had to sell because after the first week, they couldn't make payroll. Now, I don't know about you guys, but I did. I watched, like I said, last episode, 10 minutes of one of the games. I don't ask me who was playing. I just
The Hot Shots.
Yeah, exactly. The YMCA Hot Shots.
I hope the new owner renames the fucking teams.
I'm with you, dude. But I just I didn't realize when I was watching the game because the cameras, the guys doing the filming of this game do such a good job to try to blur out how many people are in the stadiums behind you, like behind the bench and shit. They don't take the big pan out to see how many people are in the stadium. Holy shit, there's nobody there.
That's like the Fire Festival of football games.
Oh my God.
It's like going to an Oak Ridge Boys concert. Just
Jesus.
you got a couple of Papa Mau Mau fucking freaks up front, and then just the rest of the stadium is empty.
Is completely empty. I was shocked because you actually have to go and look at it, and you can just Google AFF, stadium attendance picture and pull it up, and some of these games you will be fucking shocked.
I do remember when they moved the San Diego team, the Chargers.
When they
moved the Chargers
same
to LA,
thing.
they actually ended up, it was like that, and they ended up taking boards with advertisement and putting them towards those back seats so it didn't look so empty.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, it was less people than that.
Wow.
Like, it was so bad. I couldn't believe the picture. I'm just like, well, no shit, they can't make fucking payroll.
Well, here's my thing is they knew they were going to have to build the product up. They knew it wasn't going to be an immediate hit. Shame on them for it not having at least a season of payroll earmarked, because these guys probably left their jobs back home that they were at least paying their bills with.
Yeah, Steve Spurrier coaching one of these teams?
Well, but the players, I mean, his job is probably fairly secure, but they're trying that one last grab at glory or whatever, and they were promised something, and I'm sure it's probably more than what they were making before, but
maybe
you can't offer them some kind of stability.
Yeah.
I mean, you can't even get past week one.
Yeah.
That's,
well, barely past week one.
Yeah, that's really unethical, in my opinion.
And it is reminding me of the XFL the first time it was tried all over again.
Yeah,
because we all knew what happened.
Mm-hmm. Week one was huge,
and then it just kind of died off as far as ratings went, and then it died in one season. But part of the reason why it was like that,
I don't even think it made the season. I think it died after week
I think
4.
It finished. They played a championship game.
Yeah, and I don't remember who won, but I specifically remember how just fucking thrown together that league was, how unorganized it was. They did it all in like fucking 6-8 months.
I feel like they've done that with this league.
That's what I feel like with the AAF.
The XFL, they're giving it like a year and a half, 2 years.
3 years.
Yeah.
They announced it in 18. No, I think in the late 17.
Yeah.
And then it's going to come in 2020. It'll be out in 2020. So they're building it up.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that's maybe better. It just depends on how much the players are going to make money and stuff like that.
McMahon ain't going to have a problem making payroll.
No, not at all.
He does all right for himself. I
Exactly. Think. And I think he'll put on a decent show. And I think the fact that he's not just jumbling it up as fast as he possibly can. I mean, whenever they announced that the first time, they didn't even have fucking coaches, team names, players, nothing.
I just want to see like somebody get flagged for like roughing the quarterback in the XFL, and then the ref just gets stone cold stunned, like just pow, and then the whole.
I'll be honest with you. I would like to see that in the NFL.
Yeah.
Yep, I would be okay with that. But okay, well,
You're not doing that to Ed Hockley in the NFL, though.
No.
I think he
Speaking of
retired.
He did
arm
retire.
wrestling,
I was gonna say he was one of my favorite guys. That was one buff, like 64-year-old man. Mm-hmm. But he was one of my favorites. But anyways, I kind of wanted to do something a little bit different, and I'm gonna put you on the spot, Derek, because I didn't tell you
all right,
about
I'll
it.
take my pants off.
No, don't want to do that.
All right.
Okay, so what we're gonna do this episode, because we decided not to do a go fuck yourself. There wasn't a whole lot going on, so I was like, nah, we'll let that one slide. But tune in next week. Anyways, I was talking to Jeremy whenever we were going out to pick up Derek's pussy ass because he can't drive in snow.
Pussy ass, that's 2 body parts, 1 person.
Okie dokie. Anyways, we were talking about movies that bring us nostalgia, that are sports movies. And we were curious that if we could possibly figure out a way to do a poll on the Facebook page, which is the Unfiltered Sportscast, to where you would pick what is your favorite nostalgic sports movie. Now, there is a caveat. It does not matter if you watch that same movie today if it is a good movie or not, okay?
Okay.
So even if it is so fucking terrible now as an adult, if you watch that movie, it's terrible, but it still brings nostalgia. So what is
Describe nostalgia. I'm not the smartest fella in the room.
That
here.
is true. So nostalgia is basically you watched it a long time ago when you were a kid, and you can still sit through it because it reminds you of being a kid when you watched that movie.
Ah, okay.
You kind of have an attachment to it because you watched it when you were young.
Like Death Wish.
Sure.
Or over the top.
But anyways, I was going to do one nostalgic movie and one that is, you think, the best sports movie of all time.
Okay.
Okay? So you get 2 movies. We'll start with Derek. You want to start?
I'll start with the first one. Give me a minute on the second one.
Okay, yeah, we'll go through. You want to do nostalgia
Yeah,
first?
I'll do the nostalgia.
Nostalgia first, then we'll do the 2, then the best sports movie of all time.
I'm gonna say I don't know if I really would classify it as a sports movie, but it is martial arts.
Oh God!
And my shit when I was a kid was fucking Bloodsport with Van Damme.
I show you some trick or two.
I knew that was
still
fucking
watch
coming.
that fucking shit.
It is good.
Like that's with Donald Gibb and Van Damme on
Yep.
that thing, and then I can't remember the guy that played Chong Li, but he played the same guy in every fucking movie.
Same
Yeah.
one, yeah.
Yeah, that
Didn't talk much.
no.
Shit, he was in a Bruce Lee movie.
Yeah,
Enter the
he was.
Dragon.
Doesn't surprise me.
That was my shit as a kid. And
Okay.
I still watch it. I bet I watch it at least once a year.
Okay.
I would say that, and there's another movie called Gladiator that I loved with Cuba Gooding
Cuba
Jr.
Gooding Jr.,
and
yeah.
Brian Dennehy that I really
boxing.
liked. Yes.
Okay.
Kind of like some illegal backstreet.
Yeah.
Not really backstreet
Underground boxing.
Yeah.
It was like
Underweight gloves
You
and
get
shit
2
like that.
nostalgia movies.
1993. Those are my 2. Like, yeah,
Okay,
I'm
okay.
going with 2 just because I fucking got put on the spot, you asshole.
I'm sorry, my bad. I do take full
But
credit. for that.
Bloodsport would be number 1 for me overall. Like
Okay.
that's
your nostalgia.
yeah, that's one of my favorite movies still.
Okay, Jeremy, what you got, buddy?
I've always loved The Sandlot.
God damn it, you fucker.
Are you going to take that one?
Yeah, but
Yeah,
that's okay. I got backup.
Yeah, but Scotty, you got movies from like 2002 that you can use for nostalgia.
Oh, I've got tons of them.
And Caddyshack 2.
Caddyshack 2. Oh, we do get 2 of them.
No.
Yeah.
I'm going to just say Caddyshack 2 is the best sports movie of all time.
All right.
No, not that one. The worst
that's
one.
right.
The Dan Aykroyd one.
Yeah.
Dan Aykroyd and God damn it, what? Rex Kramer from Airplane. Robert
Nielsen.
Stack
Again, wasn't alive.
and Jackie Mason and Chevy Chase, of course. Can't
Of
get rid of
course.
him. He's like a fucking virus.
Yeah, that's true. Okay, so if you guys are doing 2, then I'll do 2 as well. I will go with Sandlot as well. Mm-hmm. That is in my opinion one of the best sports movies of all time, and it is timeless. But if you had to hold a gun to my head, there is a jersey directly next to Mr. Alders over here that is a signed Gordon Bombay jersey by Emilio Estevez.
Quack.
I was like, Emilio!
Quack. I fucking still I can sit through the first Mighty Ducks. Second one I can probably still sit through. The third one makes me want to hang myself whenever I watch it. but I probably still could. But I
See,
would
the
say
third one's my go-to porno movie.
oh God, no. But so I'll take D1, the Mighty Ducks,
All right.
the original D.
Okay.
All right. So what's the best sports movie of all time in your opinion?
Happy Gilmore.
Come on.
I love Happy Gilmore.
Oh God. All right.
What are you trying to go with? Like that always makes me laugh. I can still watch Happy Gilmore and laugh. And I'm
all right.
And I wasn't old enough, or I was old enough to where that's not nostalgic.
Yeah.
I can still sit back and watch Happy Gilmore. I also liked Invincible a lot.
Okay.
With Mark Wahlberg. I can watch that a lot of times.
That's a very good flick. That is a good flick. Jeremy?
I got two. The original Rocky
Oh, fuck. How'd I miss that?
and Hoosiers.
That's a good one,
Love
too.
Hoosiers.
Hoosiers is a good one.
There's also another one that I don't know if it's in my favorites, but it's very important. I think 61.
Yeah,
Okay.
that was good.
The 1961 season where Roger Maris wound up breaking Babe Ruth's single season home run record.
Yeah.
It was so, I think, very important because it kind of marked a moment in like sports coverage in the media where you got to see just how much influence the media had and how they really kind of turned on Roger Maris. And it also kind of showed, everybody has this very fond idea of Mickey Mantle and, this hero, this godlike figure that, it kind of didn't get reported because he was such a beloved guy that he was a drunk and a philanderer and, maybe not that good of a guy. He put his, he was married and was just fucking every piece of tail around that would have him. And, he kind of neglected his kids. So, it really kind of showed things how they really were, which is rare because usually when movies are based on true stories, they're really dramatized and they're told out of order. Like one that I love, Seabiscuit. If you go back and look at the full story, it wasn't near the drama that went on in that movie. And like that big race that he had with War Admiral, they made War Admiral a lot bigger in the movie. He wasn't undefeated. He was a Triple Crown winner, but he had been beaten before. Seabiscuit had been beaten by the guy who owned him. His son owned a West Coast racehorse that had beaten him in a match race before. I mean, it wasn't necessarily 1 versus 2, David Goliath kind of, the shit that they set up. It made for a better movie.
I was going to say, but that's Hollywood. What do you expect?
But I think 61 does a very good job of showing things how they really were from the player's perspective.
That was a good movie.
Those of you guys who do know me fairly well, I'm a sucker for a Clint Eastwood movie. And I saw one just recently this last year. It was called Trouble with the Curve. If you guys haven't, if you haven't seen that, it's actually a pretty good flick. That's not my number one though, and I know it's weird, but I loved Cinderella Man.
That was great.
That
too.
was a
great
fucking movie. And so that is my numero uno sports movie of all time, in my opinion. But,
yeah, that was a great movie too.
But anyways, we're getting to that point where we gotta wrap this bad boy up. The first thing I do want to do before we go, or the last thing I want to do before we go.
Hey, wait a minute, Scotty.
What do you got?
Let me ask you this.
What you got?
All right. The other day, right, I got so fucking drunk that I was about to just pass out on myself, but I was like, God damn it, I haven't even gotten into a fight yet. Is there something that I could maybe mix in with my drink?
Yes.
That would give me the energy that I still need to get in that fucking barroom brawl.
Cocaine.
Or smack my wife around or whatever that I need to do before I pass out. Because I'm going to eat a roast beef sandwich normally and just pass out. But when I got shit to do still when I'm loaded, what can I do?
You got cocaine, like Derek said, or you have strikeforceenergy.com. That's a sponsor of the show that we really do like talking about.
Tell me about that one.
That is it's an additive that you can actually add to any beverage, including a bottle of water. It comes in a box, which if you can see us now on YouTube, hopefully, they come in a box full of 10 packets that it's in liquid form, that all you have to do is pour the packet into your bottle of water, shake it up, and you've got yourself an energy drink that has 0 sugar, 0 calories, and has just as much caffeine as a regular cup of coffee.
But what if I want to keep boozing?
you can actually mix it with alcohol as well.
I'll be goddamn.
I'll be goddamn. It's actually a really good product. I've actually drank it for almost, I think, like 6 months instead of drinking energy drinks. I feel a lot better. I don't have the jitters, which is not fun to whenever you're like.
Cocaine gives you the jitters, from what I understand.
I don't know.
Numb gums.
Yeah,
And
I don't know.
Yeah, the grape actually mixes really good with Jägermeister or Kahlua.
But anyways, yeah, it is a good product. They are very good friends of the show. You can always check them out at strikeforceenergy.com. Use the promo code No More Cans. That lets them know that we sent you, and it helps our good buddy out that is a distributor of it. And it delivers everywhere in the world. This is a very popular product with our U.S. military. I have a lot of friends that have been using it for a long period of time, and it's very convenient. A lot of people that hunt, it's actually really convenient for them as well, because they're not carrying around a whole bunch of cans that whenever they're empty, making a whole bunch of sounds in their pack. This is a lot more convenient and a lot less noisy, which is something that I was told as well.
I'm guessing you don't even need a gun. You just drink this shit. You can chase them down.
You could just chase them the fuck down.
You can take out a deer with your bare hands.
Yes,
just
you
catch
can.
it on foot and just...
There you go. That's what it
and
is.
then fuck it.
Yep. So that's at strikeforceenergy.com. Use the promo code No More Cans with no spaces. That will get 20% off of your total order. So check them out again at strikeforceenergy.com. Well, gentlemen.
Just let me know when we start recording.
Yeah. Okay.
All right.
I'll do that for you, buddy.
Okay, appreciate it.
All right, guys. Well, we're going to go ahead and wrap this one up today. I want to say thank you to Derek and to Jeremy.
You're very welcome.
Yeah, I do sincerely appreciate it. We will be back next Wednesday. We record Tuesday evenings, and we upload the show to where you can listen to it as early as midnight on Wednesday. So do us a favor. Tell your friends. Tell your family, especially if they don't mind a little bit of foul language and some sports with some comedians. I don't know. Also, tell your enemies. What, Derek? What do you always say?
Yeah, if they hate us, tell your enemies.
Yeah, there you go. So, there you go. I don't know what he said. And guys, until next time.
Take that filter off and make it dirty.
All right, we'll see you next time.